You say you like chocolate, but I only ever see you with vanilla. Me personally, I'm Willy Wonka, because I wanted to run a chocolate factory. Look, subject to today's video, very simple. Black women. Why I love them. Let's go on to two main reasons. First, a very good actual social reason. The society, especially post-colonial, even current colonial societies, have inherent ingrained anti-blackness within them and needs to be challenged. Not only anti-blackness, but this anti-blackness, because race, gender, class are all intersectional, goes onto women specifically. The needs, the appeals of black women are not really met within society at all. Even within the feminist movement, most of it pertained to the grievances of the white woman, what the white woman wanted, and their main position within society, which was really to gain more rights, as is any person who inherently already has well-off material conditions because they are of the dominant racial ordering within a society, which would be white women. All they really needed it was to be able to sustain themselves better on a political rights basis, which is why so many white feminists also happen to be liberal. Meanwhile, you're going to see a lot of more black feminists be Marx femmes, in my personal experience at least. Because a lot of times, the needs that need to be met for these black women aren't necessarily just having to do with political or different types of social rights being met, but also with material conditions being secured, which a lot of times we're going to see capitalism oppresses and race is a construct of capitalism ultimately. One very simple reason. But within this anti-blackness within society, it's something that I feel like hasn't really been broken out of. That needs to be challenged. I remember seeing, now that the Odyssey movie has come out, Helen of Troy is being played by Lupita Nyong'o, beautiful Mexican actress, by the way. And she was basically, I was just seeing the comments, and it was crazy. It was like Helen of Detroit, or any of this like ridiculous like racist nonsense. And honestly, I really think about it, and it's just white people getting mad. It's crackers, crackers. Blah, blah, blah. Like honestly, it really shouldn't matter. I mean, Greek people really weren't even considered constructively white until white people needed a reason to justify themselves through like Greek mythology and folklore, like we saw like the Nazis use and shit. I mean, honestly, um should the movie have had a Greek representation? Sure. But it's ridiculous. And honestly, you shouldn't really care because it's a movie. The fact that people have this much care in the world really shows how far this like agenda of like or pushing of like a culture war is, that we need to now like demonize black people further than they already are within society, because now they're playing the role of a character in a movie that like the race wasn't, like what it was supposed to be or whatever, which I don't even really think is the case. Honestly, we need to break out of these like social like norms of anti-blackness within society. Um and kind of and what I also mean by this is like, for instance, fetishization of Latinas, for instance, versus like black women. A lot of times, like the stereotype, especially pushed by like the U.S. state, this like welfare queen, DEI, lazy, yada yada stereotype that you're going to, that's pushed by media outlets, even regardless of like state propaganda, even if, and I mean the state propaganda, like it's you don't like it's implicit and sometimes explicit. But obviously, propaganda hides itself so well, you don't really notice it's propaganda. There's this like treatment, for instance, of this imagination of like a Latina woman yelling at you, this and that, and you fantasize about it, and that's seen as okay. When like a black woman does it, it's ratchet, it's ghetto, it's this, it's that. And it's genuinely a double standard. It can be the exact same action, but based merely on the race of the person doing it, it's treated in a completely different social context, which is stupid because realistically, if we were just to remove the face from it, it's the exact same action. So it is ingrained, even implicit within people's minds, this anti-blackness that exists, that we need, I feel, and really do believe that we need to challenge in order to create a better, more equitable society. Now, let's get on to the meat of the potatoes. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Look, black, man, black is beautiful. Look, I have a thing for melanin. You feel me? Like, look, I don't mean to sound like Dr. Umar here. Obviously, I can't. But man, like, black don't crack. But if she's black, I'll crack. Bang, bang! What a shot from Curry. What a shot from Curry. Look. Moral of the story for me is like, if it's snowing, I ain't going. If I'm in the middle of a snowstorm, I'm gonna find shelter, wait for that snow to melt, and then wait for the earth and melanin to pop back up again, so that I am able to flourish within the earth, to flourish within. Man, I sound like Doctor. Nah, you know what? Look, I feel like once you break out of this perception, this racialized perception of people, and start treating them more like equals within your mind. Melanin just does something to you, man. I mean, sun-kissed skin. Mm. You know what? I'm sorry. Look, I think I'm hungry. I should probably go eat something. Um, Look, appreciate black women out there, and I love chocolate. Um, I mean, yeah, I think my Insta feed is, you know what? Whatever. Thank you for listening to me, guys.